So I've been participating in this little thing called Tech Roulette, and you can check it out like in the link over there. But this is one project where we have to make a full game. I've kind of been procrastinating on it, and so now I have to make an entire game in a framework that I barely know in about 8 hours. So let's do this. So I want to start off with saying, if you plan on participating in Tech Roulette, then I advise that you don't watch this video, as it can kind of spoil the project a bit, and I want people to be able to get their own ideas, but if you don't plan on participating, then you can continue. So the project is the KaboomJS, and for the final module, we have to make a full game. And it's due Saturday, but I will not be available for the next couple days, so I have to do it today. And I need to make sure not to like drain myself of sleep, so I have about 8 hours to do this. So my idea was it's hosted by Execute Big. So I'm gonna make a cookie clicker style game called Execute Click, where you can use where you click on the Tech Roulette symbol, you get the chips, which is the Tech Roulette currency, and then you can use it to buy things that upgrade your thing, like a generic cookie clicker game. So let's get right into this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here into inspect element and just take this little icon.
Bruh.
Oh, it's an SVG, so that's not going to work. Okay, so I just found if I go into the Discord, I can just steal the server icon like that. And voila, better version of it. So that's what I'm going to use. Okay, first thing to do in the Kaboom projects is we're going to upload our sprites. So I'm just going to upload, and voila. Now we've got our sprite. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this in. So I'm just going to do add sprite tech R. I'm going to do pose like 500, 500 maybe. Let's see how that looks. Classic mistake, forgot a semicolon. Alright, so now let's try putting it like 200, 200. That didn't seem to change anything. 500, 500. Okay. Let's see. Let's just do width over 2. We can use the width and height functions to get the width and height. So we can do width over 2, height over 2. So it should be dead center. And it's gone. Ooh. Never mind. It's back. That's not quite centered. So I'm going to do minus sprite. I'll do... Alright, so now we have our beautiful centered image thing. So what are we going to do with it? Not that. Oh no, I've broken it. This is a predicament. Okay, so I fixed a little predicament here, so now we're back in business, and I'm going to remove this log statement. We've got this here, but we need to add some sort of click event to it. It's not exactly centered, so I'm going to go back to try the tech r sprite.width over 2. What if I add it instead? There we go. Alright. So we need to add some sort of click event. So we've got this object.on. So let's see. I'm going to assign this as cookie. Then I'm going to give it a tag, cookie. So it's a cookie click game. So let's do cookie.on click. And I'm just going to log something to set. Perfect. Nothing really happening. Okay, so I just found out that everything I've been doing has been for nothing because there's this one method called isClicked. So I can just do cookie.isClicked. Console.log clicked. Now if we try this. Oh, hold on. There we go. So quickly I'm going to add some layers to this game. So I'm going to add a game layer, then a UI layer. And the default is obviously going to be the game layer. Another reason I want to add this UI layer is so I can add this score value that's always on top. Then when I want to increase our score, I do score.value plus plus, and then score.text equals score.value. Now, it's going to break. But if I just run it again, every time we click, we get score. So the next thing I want to do is I want to use these chips as the currency. Select element, snip, and if I just open a new tab, it's mine! So unfortunately it was an SVG file, so I'm going to have to convert this into a PNG. And voila! But it's overlapping, so we're just going to move this over by 32. There we go. Now, let's try. Perfect! So now we have our increasing chip counter, but let's make this spin. To do this, we're going to add a loop. It's going to make it 0.1. Then just, I think it should be cookie.rotate, and then I'll just say 1. Let's see if this works. So for some reason you can't rotate things in this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a sneaky thing where I actually just destroy it and add a slightly rotated one. So I'm going to do let rotation equals 0, then loop 0.1. So we're just going to destroy cookie. And then I'm just going to copy this from earlier, the let cookie where, except remove let. So cookie equals blah, 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 except rotation. And then here I'll do like rotation plus plus. Let's see how this works. Marvelous. So let's graph this out. So let's say I have 0.1, which is 0, 0. And I have 0.2. Well, we're going to have a rotation or a frame, which is 0. And rotation is going to just be frame. So R of O is just going to be frame. So I'm just going to set this to keep going. So now we have 0.2, which ends up being cosine of R of O, sine of R of O. So this is kind of like what we have right now. This is cosine of R of O minus cosine R of O. This is where it's orbiting around. So what I want to do is I need an x of f or f of x factor, which right now is 0.
Boring! Shut up, nerd!
Okay, so I just found this beautiful thing that'll solve all of our problems called origin center. So I can just delete all of this and just do origin center. And it fixes nothing. Oh, never mind. It fixed it. Now we've done that, we can bring this up to our original slow, smooth rotation. And voila! Now we've got our execute clicker. Or at least the basics of it. Now let's change the background color. And I kind of like this blue. And so I'm just gonna put it up there and just do that. Then, and now I can do add rect with height, color. I wonder if hex values will work. So color 62, 105, 255. So that didn't seem to work. Since these values are between 0 and 1, we're gonna have to divide each by 255. Perfect. It's beautiful. So now I want to add 3 buttons. I want to have stickers, then the Replit hacker plan, and then the Arduino. So it turns out that the Replit reward has been removed from the actual module, so we're going to have to choose a new one. So for the new one, I chose the Adafruit gift certificate. So now we have all of our purchases. So let's just drop them in there.
Get ready.
Let's open it up. Voila, we have our shop visually set up. But you can't, clicking on it doesn't actually do anything. And we don't actually have a way to see how many clicks we do get. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do let clicks equals 1. So down here when we do score.value, we're going to do score.value plus equals clicks. And I'm realizing clicks might not be the best. So let's do, let's replace clicks with CPS. Alright. First we're going to add a little visual display. So I'm going to come up here and try and find the score text. Yes, here it is. I'm just going to delete this. Instead of 4812, it's just going to be 1248. And text is going to be chips per click. Is that, so that should be good. Let's check it. 1 chip per click. It's kind of intense, but alright, I might scale it down a bit. Like that. Let's see. See. Perfect. Looks beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a new function. It's going to be const update click text blah 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 blah. I'm going to have to actually assign this to a variable, sadly. Const cps text. So I'm just going to use cps text dot text equals, or toString cps plus chips per click. I want to make this optional, so chip plus, and then we'll just add a nice little ternary because everyone loves those, right? So CPS greater than 1 S, otherwise nothing. Unrestricted string, more like unexpected stupid. And so in here on our loop, I'm actually just gonna remove that timer, see if it does it smoothly. Alright, well, I guess that does work. I can just do action cookie and just ignore what it's being passed in. This is beer controller. There we go. Much better. Then you do update click text like that. And so if I want to do like CPS plus plus every single time. Oh, I might have to encapsulate that like that. There we go. So that is probably not a great idea. So I'm just going to delete that. We have the cookies clicked. Else if. Now we're going to do sticker.is clicked. So it doesn't work. So I think I might have put the wrong value here. I put 40,000. But this seems pretty unbalanced so far. Also, there's no difference between buying 10 of these and buying 1 of this. So I've got to add some incentive. So I'll make this equal to like 15. So the game feels a lot better. But something I want to do is I want to make the prices scale. But I'm going to set a maximum value. So I think I'll make them like increase by 1.25 every time until they're 10 times their original value. I think that'll work. And for the Arduino, I just set the max to like 80,000. So let's see. We're going to have to assign some variables now.
No.
Alright, so this is good because then it adds a little bit more challenge and doesn't make it as linear. Now, I want to add like an effect to when you click this. Like maybe make it like bounce for a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use something like, let's see, what would it be like e to the power of negative x, something like that. So I can just do like 2 to the power of negative x or x to the power of negative 2. So after 5 frames, it'll narrow down. And then raise it up by 1. So this is going to be the size of it over frames. Or should I? Yeah, that'll be the size of it. So let's go back. And then in here, I can do scale. And then it's going to be math.pow. So it's going to be 1.5 to the power of negative scale x. Wait, why isn't this just minus 3? Okay, scale x minus 3. Scale size x minus 3 plus 1. And then we're also going to have to increment size x by 1 every time. Doesn't seem to be changing. Oh, I might not have done that thing. Okay. So that seems a little extreme now that I'm looking at it. So maybe instead of 1.5, let's go back to 2 and let's change the offset. Let's just go back to normal x. So minus x plus 1. 2 power of, oh, that's what it already was. I forgot to add the offset. All right, and then every time it's clicked, size x equals, let's just put it back to 0. Okay, so that feels a little quick though. So I think if we just do something that extends itself out a bit more. Yeah, see, this is more what I was thinking of. Okay, so there's actually something I forgot. The game must have a win or lose condition. So what I'm thinking is you have a certain amount of time to get a certain amount of chips before you lose the game. So now we have our beautiful game over thing. So now let's make our ability to lose. Let's first off start a loop. And so just every second time left goes down by 1. Pretty simple. But let's also update a time counter. Const timer equals add text seconds left and position. Oh wait, I gotta set a size. Let's say it's size 24. Position width minus 100 and then 0. Let's see how that looks. So I did not offset it as near as much. I think I'm going to set this to like 16. And so I guess I'll set this to 250. So let's see how that looks. So we need to add a button. We need to add a turn in button. Let's just call this turn in. Or no, we can just use direct. Okay, so now we have this little text pin that says blank chips required. So we got to format that. So I'm just going to put this in the ticker. So I'm just going to do target text dot text equals target chips required. So 100 chips required. So now we've got a complete button. Gonna go down to here. And so else if turn in dot is clicked and score dot value is greater than or equal to target. We're gonna score dot value minus equals target. Gonna time left. We're just gonna double it. Or maybe math.floor time left times 1.5. Math.seal target times math.random times 2.5. Yeah, something like that. Math.random times 3.5. Let's try this. Okay. So maybe sealing that. I'll just do math.random times 1.5 times 2.5 plus 1. But it feels like we have too much time at the beginning, so I might cut that down to like 30 seconds maybe. Ooh, but I feel like it gains a bit too much. This is a good example of how the fact that the hours don't actually send you to the game over screen just kind of does that. So let's see. Time left. If time left is less than 1, then go game over. Get game over. Like that. So let's try this. Let's just die. Let's fail. Uh-oh. I'm close, but I'm just gonna buy that. And ooh, that does not look good. So I'm just gonna instantly set time left to 0, so we can just look at the game over screen. I said set time left to 0. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I think I can fix this by doing origin center. Yeah, that fixed it. I'm gonna put this on a new line. Okay, well, it's not gonna do anything because you just instantly fail. So, oops. Okay, so that does not work. Key press. Oh, I didn't actually specify anything. So key press space. So now let's just set time left to like 1. Alright, so that works. So now we've actually finished our game. And so we have a shop, we have a win and lose condition, with the win condition being not losing. Okay, so I moved the button over and everything's looking good. I think this is going to be our final submission. I hope you guys enjoyed the video actually this time, so I'll see you guys next time.